Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop 1970. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, I'm finally gonna do it. I'm finally gonna get going on my 80th movie review. And this 80th movie review I'm going to do for today is one of the most underrated movies of all time that came from in the 80s. And this film had started all from our famous director and producer of all time, our dear beloved Don Bluth. And this Don Bluth film is turning out to be one of the most greatest classical films of all time, but truly one of the most underrated classical films of all time. So for my next movie review is The Secret of NIMH. And let me tell you, ladies and dudes, this is one of the best underrated movies of all time. And I will say it's close to a masterpiece film. Just this close, but not all the way yet. Well, I'll tell you that in a moment while I'm gonna get going on this movie review. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here's my 80th movie review of The Secret of NIMH. And I decided to watch this movie yesterday. I saw it on YouTube, and I just want to make sure I want to study this movie review before I could do this. Well, I just want to watch the movie first before I could do this movie review. Sorry if I mess things up or two, but anyway, let's head on to the main plot of the story. So for the main plot of the story is easy and simple. It's a story about a really brave mouse named Mrs. Jonathan Brisby. She's on a very mysterious quest on her life to rescue her family from those group of farmers who are trying to take care of the farm and all that stuff. And she has to take care of this poor, sweet little mouse who is sick, and he has pneumonia, and he has to stay in bed for a pretty long time. And Miss Brisby needs to find a way to get everybody out of there in time and also rescue her house as well. So she has to go to the underground of this mysterious tree bush or whatever it's called, where the rats live, and she needs to ask them for help to get her house and her family to move to another place, and take them to safety and all that stuff. And also, Miss Brisby needs to take care of this very mysterious necklace that has a stone in it that represents the courage of the heart. The one that Nicodemus had gave her, for safekeeping and all that stuff. So I will say that's my whole entire plot of The Secret of NIMH. And yes, we all know it's based by a book that I never read. So I don't have anything to say about if this movie is staying faithful to the original book. But if I ever find that book somewhere, maybe I'll give it a read and maybe I could study it. So I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about The Secret of NIMH? To tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I still love this movie even to this day. It is still a great, underrated classical film with its fantastic storyline, great, memorable characters, great animation. It had a really excellent score, great theme song for the film, and I love the character designs too. They have fantastic character designs and also fantastic voice cast as well. So yeah, there's a whole lot of positive things I do love about this movie. But sadly, I only got one little negative sign about this movie that I will get there to the weakest point area. So let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of this movie. I will say for the strongest points for The Secret of NIMH, it has to go to the storyline. This is one of Don Bluth's best movies out there that had a fantastic storyline from start to finish. We finally get to know Miss Brisby's storyline, you know. She's a worried mother. She really loves her kids very much. And she'll do anything she can to rescue Timmy from his illness. She has such bravery and courage. And she got some good character development and chemistry with all the characters that she knows and loves. And I like the other characters as well. They have good character development and chemistry, and there's a couple of good characters I do like in the movie. It has some dark, edgy moments, and it had a really good, excellent near ending that I will never forget in movie history because I don't want to spoil the near ending. Since near endings are one of my most favorite part about movies, from, you know, start, middle to end, you get the picture. So yeah, I will say for the strongest points for this movie, it has to go to the storyline. The storyline is very well done from start to finish. And sadly, I got one little nitpick of this movie, and this is just one little flaw of this film. I know it's really nice and small, just be happy it's nice and small. I will say for my weakest points of the movie, this movie should have been a rated PG film, to tell you the truth. You know, it does have some dark, edgy moments. It does have some violence. It has a little bit of blood in there. Those people made a really big mistake to put this movie in a G rating. It doesn't look kid friendly to me, but it's more. It should have been a rated PG film. I'm not sure who's responsible for putting that movie into a PG. No, not it. A rated G rating. My mistake. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know who's responsible for putting The Secret of NIMH into a G rating. It should have been a rated PG film. I wish somebody should have fixed the rating system for this movie. And since we already know it has some dark, edgy moments, has some violence, and a little bit of bloody stuff, and there was one point in the movie where Justin, or is it? Yeah, it's Justin saying the D word. I'm kind of surprised to hear the D word in a rated G film. It should have been a rated PG film, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I will say the biggest, weakest point of the movie, this movie should have been a rated PG film, if you know what I mean. So that's all I could say about the strongest points and the weakest points of The Secret of NIMH. So let's head on to the characters of the movie. I will go with the three best characters I do care about in this film. Okay, the first character I want to talk about is Mrs. Brisby, that cute little sweet mouse. I really love Miss Brisby. She is a really good, headstrong character and one of the best main protagonists in a good Don Bluth film. I mean, she had a good storyline. She has a great personality and attitude. She is such a sweet little mouse who has a heart of gold. She has great courage. She knows how to be brave, and she knows how to take care of her family very well. Even she has some problems with her life here and there without her beloved husband, Jonathan Brisby. But she has some kindness, courage, and all that stuff. It's really hard for me to say about this great female protagonist. So yeah, Miss Brisby is a good character overall. And another character I also love is that Justin character, one of the rats. I will say out of all the good characters I've seen in the Don Bluth film, I will say that Justin is one of the best characters I have ever seen in this movie. And he's one of the most gorgeous looking characters I have ever seen in my whole entire life. Those, I think it's the creators who made these fantastic character designs for these wonderful characters in good movies. They did a fantastic job with Justin for making him such a great, gorgeous character. I love his looks. I love his design. He has a really good, gorgeous face. A good-looking rat who has a gorgeous-looking face. He has a good personality and attitude. I love the voice actor who played Justin. He did a fantastic job playing a very, very gorgeous character. So yeah, I love the part where he did fight the main villain of the movie. That was pretty cool. Even he had a little cut in his arm. Just a little bit. But yeah, that Justin guy, he's such a cool character overall. And the last and final character I want to talk about in this movie is Nicodemus. I don't know who the actor's name is, but I really love this character. He's truly one of the best characters in the whole entire movie. I love his look and his design. He's one of the most coolest wizards I have ever seen in a great animated movie. Not just Merlin from The Sword and the Stone, but it's cool to see an animal character who is really a wizard. A really cool wizard who has fantastic magical powers. Yeah, he has really cool magical powers. I will say the best magic that he ever did in this movie is, you know, that really cool opening scene in the movie where he's starting to write something on the book and he knows something about his dear friend Jonathan Brisby, since Jonathan Brisby got killed by the farmer's cat, and he got really heartbroken for losing a good friend that he ever cared about in his life. I mean, I love Nicodemus. He's a really kind and sweet rat. He's very gentle. He's really nice. He's a very nice looking gentleman. He has good looks and design. He has fantastic eyes that glows. And what else? It's a sad shame that we lost him in this movie. It really sucks. Yeah, rest in peace, that nice and sweet Nicodemus dude. We love you, dude, and we will miss you very dearly. Amen. And finally, let's head on to my final thoughts of The Secret of NIMH. Overall, The Secret of NIMH is one of the best Don Bluth films of all time. And it's truly a near masterpiece film. I will say it had a good storyline, good memorable characters, great cinematography. It has a really good score, good theme song, good character designs, and what's the other one I said? So on and so forth. Yeah, this is another good Don Bluth film that I enjoyed, and this movie will always have a special place in my heart, if you know what I mean. So for my rating for 1 to 10, I decided to give this movie a near perfect score of 9.5 out of 10. Please check out this movie to believe it. If you haven't, I'm sure all the rats will hunt you down and take you down for the count if you haven't seen this movie or not. Please check out this wonderful movie that you will never forget in movie history that came from one of our favorite legendary animators, director, producer of all time, Don Bluth. This is the second time I'm going to do a Don Bluth film. if you know what I mean. So that's my whole entire movie review of The Secret of NIMH. I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and join me next time for my next ones to come, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Weekend at Bernie's, Crimson Peak, and so much more. So be prepared for my next movie reviews to come, and I'll see you all later. Sayonara!